Hello and shalom, friends. If you've been following me for a while, you know that my journey has taken me from NASA's data labs to the heart of holistic healing. And as a computer scientist at NASA, I worked on some of the most advanced technologies in the world. But after facing a personal health crisis that no amount of data or prescriptions could fix, I took a radical turn into the world of herbs, nutrition, and holistic healing. And wouldn't you know it, NASA didn't stay too far behind. Let's just say that at one point, a certain wellness technology called Bemer caught NASA's attention, and that's no surprise. Bemer uses pulsed electromagnetic fields, field therapy to support microcirculation, muscle recovery, energy, and overall vitality. And who doesn't need that? All in just 8 minutes twice a day. It's FDA cleared, non invasive, and simple to use, yet powerfully effective. So I'm not going to spill all the details about NASA's interest in this technology. I'll let my special guest today, my friend Jeannette, tell you more about that. But she truly embodies resilience and radiant energy. Jeannette Kohlhaas, she's an LPGA golf professional, a senior athlete, a lifelong competitor, and someone who refused to let a serious cardiac event define her future. When traditional approaches fell short, Jeannette turned to holistic solutions, including Bemer, and made a comeback on the senior golf tour. And today she's on a mission to help others tap into the same kind of natural recovery and empowerment. She's passionate, full of life, and ready to show you what's possible when you give your body the tools it actually needs to thrive. Not to mention, she looks great for her age. So get comfy, grab your favorite herbal tea, and let's dive into a story that blends science, strength, and the power of holistic healing. Welcome, Jeannette.
Thank you so much. Wow, that made me sound really good.
You're amazing. You're an honor to know.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I've had a very interesting journey.
Yeah. So, can you tell us more about your story of your journey to holistic wellness?
All right. Well, I started off, grew up in Hawaii. I played golf on the boys' golf team. And then I went to college and I got a 4-year college scholarship to play golf. And then I graduated and went and played on the LPGA tour. So I played with the big girls, and I did about 10 years on the tour. And then eventually I got married and had a son. So he's 36 years old now. Anyway, golf has always been in my life, and I've always been an athlete, always been competitive. But it gets to a point where you get to a certain age and you just hurt, and you can only swing the golf club this far, you can only go so much. So I hadn't played for a while. And then with a little bit of stress with being in real estate and my job and working too hard, I had a cardiac event. It kind of woke me up a little bit. The doctors put me on some medications, and a couple months later, I noticed I had some very hard discomfort in my toes with major prickling and tingling, and my toes would freeze up and get stiff on me and numb. And I couldn't walk. I was trying to play golf in a golf cart, and I couldn't even go 8 holes in a golf cart. My toes would just be frozen, and I'd have to take my shoe off and massage my toes. It was terrible. I had no idea what was going on, and I spent 8 to 10 months going to a lot of different specialists thinking they could all help. But when I found Bemer, man, all it does one thing, and it does it very well. It increases microcirculation. And when I put that belt and laid on the therapy mat, I felt the nice feeling of tingling, and my toes were actually able to start to bend and feel great. And I haven't looked back. I mean, I use this product every day, and it's made my 67-year-old body feels like 35 again. I am so young feeling.
And it's 8 minutes twice per day, right? That sounds super easy. Can you tell me more about your routine and how you fit that into your schedule?
Yeah, so what we have is two things. One is we have a yoga therapy mat, and so it stays on my bed. I have one and my husband has one, and the computer is on my nightstand. So it stays on the bed, but it's only on for 8 minutes in the morning. When I wake up, I push the 8-minute morning button, and then when I'm ready to go to bed at night, I lay in bed, and I'm ready to go to sleep, I push the 8-minute nighttime button. And I swear it puts me into relaxation mode, and I fall asleep so fast. And then we also have a little belt, a pad. that you can put it around your shoulders if you're really tight in the neck and the shoulders. You can put it on your back. You can put it on your knees, your feet. And that's what I did on my feet. And that can be 8 to 16 minutes, 2, 3, 4 times a day as needed, increasing more blood flow in a targeted area like that.
Mhm. So can you just, maybe we can back up a little bit and just explain what is Bemer and how does it work? You showed that belt, but the main thing is the mat, right?
Yes. So we lay on the yoga mat. It's on your bed, or some people will put it on their recliner in their family room. And it only takes 8 minutes in the morning and 8 minutes at night. Our signal is the longest lasting signal of anything on the market, and it has the longest residual, but it's still temporary for 8 to 12 to 16 hours. So that's why we do it morning and night, so that we're constantly keeping that blood flow systemically through our whole body, making our whole body from head to toes feeling great. And then if you have any special discomforts and any kind of joint or body aches, then you would put that belt, or we have a little spot that you can put on that helps that particular area.
Okay, so here's a picture that I got from the website. I think this is really good. So this is the main thing, right? You called it a yoga mat. It's much more than just a yoga mat. It looks like a yoga mat.
Therapy, yeah, like a therapy
Yeah.
mat.
Yeah, so you basically, it's so simple. You just lie on it, right? And then it sends basically these very
Use the pulse electromagnetic field to send the
right,
signal into the body. And so what it's doing, it's helping the opening and closing of the blood vessels to push the blood flow through to go a little further in our body.
right. And then what about this device that he's putting on his shoulder?
That's called our spot. So that's a very targeted applicator. So you have a spot right on your shoulder, or like for golfer's elbow, if I had something like right there that really hurt. Or if I bumped into the corner of a table on my thigh and I knew I'm going to have a huge black and blue mark, I would put the spot right on that. And then I never get black and blue marks anymore.
Right. Because improving your blood flow in general, it just improves your overall health and wellness, your energy levels. I mean, what else could you list as the benefits of this kind of
Well, I just say, God intended our body to heal itself if we give our body the right environment. And so when you're getting more blood flow to an area that's been hurting, you're getting more oxygen and nutrients to the cells, and you're taking out the carbon dioxide, you're taking out the waste, and it just makes the body feel better. So again, you have more energy, you sleep better at night, you don't have any more aches, and you just feel like the top of the world. You don't have to take naps at all anymore. You're more flexible. In golf now, I play golf now more than ever, and I can actually squat down and read my putts, and I can actually get back up. So it used to be I would squat down, kind of squat down, but I could never get back up unless I'm holding on to somebody or something.
Yeah, in a way, it's like a great anti-aging therapy, right? Like the way it makes you feel.
Mm-hmm. And obviously we're not trying to cure or treat anything in any kind of disease states or anything. But again, once you get systemically with the blood flow in your body, your whole body feels better. And my eyesight's even improved. So I have contacts, and every year I've been using it for 6 years. And every year not every year, but my contacts have gone from 175 to 150 to 125. So that's telling me that my body, my eyes are slowly getting better and better and better. And before I started Bemer 6 years ago, I'm an athlete. I used to be a competitive swimmer. And the summer before I started using the product, I would swim, and every 2 strokes, I would like gasp for air, and then 2 more strokes for freestyle and gasp for air. And then I was living up north, and after 6 months, it was wintertime, snow, and I wasn't getting any exercise because it was cold out. So I went to an indoor pool, and I jumped in, and I did a lap of freestyle flip turn. And on the way back, I thought, my goodness, I'm swimming 4 strokes to a casual breath. I couldn't believe it. It was like night and day. So I called the lady that sold it to me, and I said, what just happened? And she says, well, you've been using it for 6 months. You have more lung capacity. You have more oxygen in your lungs. That's why athletes love it, because they have more endurance. They have a competitive edge with everybody. You don't get tired at all. And who would have known? But 2 years later, I'm swimming 6 strokes to a breath, And now, 6 years
Wow.
later, I am 67 years old and I am swimming 10 and 12 strokes to a bird.
Wow, that's
If I
amazing.
could just kick a little faster, I could probably get the whole length of the pool.
Yeah, that is so cool. Yeah, I remember I love to dance, and there's this older, like, I'll just say, oh, she's an old lady, she's like in her 80s or something like that. And I was around when how old was I? I think I was around thir in my 30s, or yeah, I was around in my like early 30s. And she would just dance circles around me. I'm like, what's wrong? How come she's doing, how can she do that? And I'm like this. And there's like exercise can only take you so far because you were an athlete, like you've been an athlete like most of your life, and yet that wasn't enough, to get you at the levels that you're at right now.
It's kind of
Because
like watching TV with HD, it just gets a lot clearer and everything. Because, people, exercise is extremely important. I mean, we all have to move. I mean, sitting is like the new smoking nowadays. So we really do need to move around. But when you move and you do cardio, your heart is pumping and you're increasing your cardio of your heart. But your heart is only responsible for pumping blood in the arteries and veins. And people don't know the percentages. Arteries and veins make up 26% of our entire blood vessels in our body, and the capillaries make up 74%.
Mhm.
So the heart is not responsible for pumping blood into the arterioles and venules and into the capillary bed. And that's where Bemer comes in because our signal is targeting the capillaries. So
Yeah.
that's why we notice a huge difference. Everybody notices a very improved difference. And then a question everybody always asks is, well, how long will it take for me to notice a difference? Well, when I tell you my swimming story and my eyesight story, I can't tell you it's a microwave. It's not going to happen instantly. It's a crock pot. It slowly helps you get better, a little at a time. And everybody's body is different. So, if you've had the issue for 45 years, it is definitely not going over overnight. It's just people are so into a pill for every ill and want to just I want to take a pill and I want to get better. You have to do a lot of other things to help your body.
Right, right. So I'm just also wondering, like, you were an athlete. What do you think led to your problems in the past?
Well, when I had the cardiac event, I honestly believe I was in real estate and I worked 24/7 and I worked all the time. I was majorly stressed with clients and doing the work and, working late at night and probably not getting enough sleep. And I wasn't eating healthy.
Mhm.
So I thought I was, but that's really a kicker too, because when I started doing Bemer and after about 8 months, I was feeling so good. And then swimming and noticing the endurance. Then my mentor says, well, now you're an athlete. We need to have you get a better diet and get you in shape. And I thought I ate healthy. He explained to me how to read labels and how to see what the ingredients are, not the front of the box or the salad dressing, but the back. And when I started understanding how bad canola oil, vegetable oil, soybean oil is, and how it's usually the first or second ingredient on anything you buy in a box, I just changed my habits of different things that I use. And I was 185 pounds and a size 14. And within 6 or so months, I went down to 140, a size 8. And 6 years later, I'm still there. So it's made a huge difference. So I know eating healthier, putting more vegetables and greens in my diet, and taking out all the junk that I was eating, and Bemer has just made a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that, of course, that very holistic approach. But, there is, diet and exercise can take you so far. Um,
Mhm.
and then Beamer just takes it at just a whole different level that you really
Definitely.
can't do without, without it. And there's a lot of different frequencies in our world today. There's a lot that are harmful, and there's
Hmm.
those that are healing. And everything has a frequency, or
Right.
or a lack thereof, a very bad frequency, a lack thereof, or a beneficial frequency. And this is definitely, oftentimes with technology, it's like a shortcut to do things that actually make us sicker, that actually make us put us in a worse condition. But sometimes, once in a while, our technology actually makes us better. And I know there's a connection between NASA and Bemer, and I don't want to go into it too much in case I said it the wrong way. I'm formerly a computer scientist at NASA, and I worked with, various emerging technologies. So could you just explain how NASA was involved with Bemer?
Sure. So Bemer actually has been around for 27 years. It's from Europe. It's made in Liechtenstein. And it came to the United States probably about 14 years ago. And in 2015, NASA found out about our patented signal. And they actually came to Bemer and said, we have been using PEMF, pulse electromagnetic field, in the space station for many, many, many years. But the astronauts still come back all messed up, bone density loss, eyesight loss, hearing loss. And so they wanted to join Bemer and learn more about our signal, but it was patented. So they signed a collaboration agreement with us for 6 years, 2015 to 2021. And it's really interesting because the first thing they did is they said, well, we can't have a computer and all these cords in space. We would need the astronauts to be able to push a button to turn on the spacesuits, because their goal was to put the signal in the undergarments of the spacesuits. And so they went to Bemer and went to the drawing board. And what they did is they came up with a horse therapy blanket for horses. So here's a picture of the little horse unit.
Mhm.
It's just beautiful, and it's so lightweight, and there's a little orange dot there. You just push on, it's wireless. And instantly, when you turn that button on, instantly the horse is like, what's going on here? And then they start licking and chewing and sticking their tongue out, and then they start falling asleep with their eyes going down, and they just fall asleep. I mean,
It just really relaxes them, right?
totally. Yeah. And then we have two cuffs for the horses too. So, horses go lame, the blood goes down and it can't come back up. And if the foot is lame and they can't walk, they have to put the horses down. And so we are saving thousands of horses' lives with getting better circulation throughout the whole body, the horse. So the interesting part is the horses are our best sales animals because they can feel it instantly and they can tell you they feel it. But the humans will get on our mat and you can't feel it. It's not like it's a TENS unit where you feel the jiggling and vibrating. So all the humans sit there and go, I don't feel anything. Is it really working? But I say, the horses can tell. The horses know it's working.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
That's awesome. All right. So that's a wonderful story. And it's amazing that, as an athlete, you experience this kind of transformation. And I'm so glad that, you discovered this. And I'm sorry, could you tell me again how old you were when you discovered humor?
yeah, I was like 61. Now I'm 67.
Mhm. And just
and the fact that I learned how to eat when I was 60 years old too, I'm sitting there
yeah.
going,
No, I love that. And I just love how you're a testimony of it's never too late to improve your health.
Right.
And yeah, and just that you're performing even better now in your older age than you were before you discovered Bemer. That's an amazing testimony. I love that.
And I love sharing it with people my age because so many people just sit there and go, oh, honey, I'm just getting old. Oh, the definition of aging is the continuous impairment of the microcirculation. And that's where Bemer can help. So the older people, actually, we love it because it just makes us feel so good. And yet we get a lot of younger clients too, because the younger clients are going, I don't want to be as bad as my parents are. And they're a little bit more into the holistic and they want to be a little bit more preventative. And you don't have to be old to be an athlete or a weekend warrior going out and playing. If you haven't played golf or you haven't played pickleball in a long time, and then you go out, now your knees are killing you. So you know what? You can use it no matter what. I say it's my first aid kit. I take it with me everywhere I go. Never know when I'm going to fall over or hit something or get hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, improved circulation is so important. It's so important for so many things, increased oxygen delivery to our cells. It can help us absorb nutrition better, from the food that we eat. It can help remove toxins from our bloodstream and our bodies. I mean, this is everything that our blood and our circulation does for us. It can help reduce inflammation and, of course, recover faster our muscles. It can boost immune function. It can give us, improved skin health and glow.
Mm-hmm.
It can enhance our brain function and mental clarity. It's great for, of course, as you know, physical performance and endurance as an athlete. Even even if you're not an athlete, I mean, I'm just, I'm a mom and I need that to keep up with my 9 kids. I need more energy.
And so many people see me playing on the ground with my little 13-month-old granddaughter, and I'm on my knees and she's crawling all over me, and people are like, man, I couldn't do that. And I'm like, yeah, it's really fun to know that I can do that now.
Absolutely. And you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
And you
great.
mentioned brain function. I used to, I was told when I started using this that eventually I won't run upstairs forgetting why I go upstairs.
Right.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, my gosh, that would ruin my exercise routine because I do that 2 or 3 times a day. I haven't done that in years. So I never walk in a room forgetting why I walk in because I'm just getting more oxygen in my brain, more blood flow. And so my brain is feeling better.
Right. And it's great for heart health and healthy blood pressure and just improved cardiovascular health. Also, it's great for sexual health. Increased blood flow can help
Yeah.
a healthy libido
Yeah.
and reproductive function in both men and women. And just stress reduction and relaxation. I've heard a lot of testimonies from people that they're just like able to sleep better. And that is so great for health and wellness as well.
Well, sleep is so important. And if you're not getting a good solid 7, 8 hours of sleep every night, I mean, uninterrupted sleep, and feeling well rested when you wake up, then you're really not healthy because your brain and your body needs to go into deep REM sleep in order to heal itself. That's the only time the brain really shuts down to rejuvenate everything and get everything organized and, recovery for the next day. And recently I've gone out and asked about 25 people and got a little survey back, and I still plan to get a few more people, just do my own little survey. But every single person I've talked to says they wake up at least one time a night. And some of them only get 2 and 3 hours of sleep at a time, waking up 2 and 3 hours a night. And that's just not healthy. I mean, back in the war days, that used to be one of the punishments. Wake up people all the time because interrupted sleep is just terrible for your body.
Yeah. And I was listening to naturopath speaking the other day. I forgot it was Michael. What was his name? With starts
Michael Gata.
Michael Gata. Yeah, he's really interesting to listen to. And he was talking about him and another a doctor. They were talking about how for women specifically, like for men, if they have disrupted quality and length of sleep, then it can affect them negatively. But for women, if it's just one of those factors, it can really affect our health and wellness. So that's really important, our sleep.
Absolutely. And then you're a happier person, and then you have a better outlook on everything, and then your mindset is better. It all kind of goes back and forth. And being an athlete, I'm always talking about mindset because the more you stay healthier with a positive outlook on life, and there are going to be negative things that come along, but you know what? You got to find a way to go over, around, and through it, and just keep your mind positive about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So, yeah, definitely. And our blood vessels, our capillaries actually, they could circle the earth twice. We have
Right.
them. And as you said, poor microcirculation can cause numbness, even when your major arteries are clear, because it's not just those major arteries, it's the micro ones that really have an effect on us. And I've heard numbers of that 90% of our circulation happens in those micro vessels, not in major arteries. So, there's a lot of things that we can do, like exercise and stuff for the major arteries, but for those micro ones, a lot of times there's not a lot that can be done. So,
But when
yeah,
I first started, they were saying that the capillaries don't have receptors. And so that means all the pharmaceuticals you take, all the medicine you take, all the supplements you take, there's no receptors on a capillary that can bring that supplement or that medicine in. It has to be pushed in through the vasomotion, going opening and closing of the blood vessels. And that only way to do that is to get those blood vessels pumping to go through.
right. Whereas, and also the medications have a lot of side effects,
Yeah.
whereas when you're just using a healthy frequency, you can avoid a lot of headaches that come from all of those prescription, I call them roller coasters. It's like you gotta take one and you gotta take another one to counter the side effects of this one. You gotta take second and a third one because they produce more symptoms, etc. Whereas if you use holistic methods, such as a healthy frequency, like what Bemer provides, you can just avoid all of that nonsense.
Life-changing. It really is. And, we don't ever tell anybody to get off their medications. We tell you to work with your doctors and really work with a doctor that's willing to work with you and your numbers to slowly, gradually get you off, because a lot of doctors don't want to get you off the medications. So you need to change doctors then, but find somebody that will work with you to have a game plan to help you holistically get off the medications and do other things to help your body.
Mm-hmm. So can you just tell me exactly how you use it? Like, do you put it on your bed and lay down on it? Or I've seen some people, they'll be like on a recliner or that kind of thing. Or how do you personally like to use the Beamer mat?
So I have it on my mattress under my fitted sheet. So it stays there and you don't even know it's there because it's under the fitted sheet. And then I just use it 8 minutes in the morning and 8 minutes at night. I travel with it. We have a bee bed and a bee body, and one is a little more flimsier that I can travel with. So when I'm in a hotel room, instead of putting it on a mattress, when I'm in a hotel room, I just put it on top of me, on top of the comforter, because it'll go through a comforter, it'll go through a cast, it goes through everything.
And it's really small and lightweight, so that's really easy, right?
It is very easy, yes.
So you
It's
basically keep it on.
even the body there, the bed mat, you can put over somebody in a wheelchair. So if somebody's in a wheelchair, they can just put it on top of them and don't
Like
have
a
to
blanket.
get them off and lay them down. I mean, it's very easy to use for a lot of different people, different ways.
Yeah, I love how easy that is because, as a naturopathic herbalist, sometimes I'll teach people like an herbal formula and they got to buy all the herbs and mix them up and, make a tincture or drink a tea daily and things like that. And it's like, how many people are really willing to go through all of that? And this is just so easy. It's you put it on like a blanket or you lay on top of it and you just turn it on and it's just 8 minutes and it doesn't taste bad,
That's
and
right.
it doesn't require them to change their diet and way
Change
of
any habits. Yeah.
exactly. Not that they shouldn't do that, but it's there's always it's always like about a holistic approach where there's many things that you can do to improve your health, not just one thing. What I love about the Beamer is it's a very simple and easy thing to incorporate, and even if you don't have the strength or energy to make yourself a fancy diet and juice a bunch of vegetables and things like that, or run a marathon, you can put a blanket on and turn it on, or lay on it and turn it on. It's so easy. So this is a really powerful thing for a lot of people that will help improve a lot of different people's conditions and lives, energy levels, and so many things.
Another way I use it too, like if I'm going to go play golf in the morning, I will put that pad down my feet and my legs, just against to just give my toes, my feet more circulation. And then I'll also put it around my back a little bit, just because I twist and turn so much. Just want to keep the back loosened up. And I found that when I go play golf early in the morning, normally I'd have to hit 20 or 30 wedges just to loosen up the body. And now I hit 3 or 4 wedges and I can hit a driver. I'm so loosened up already that I can just hit a full swing with the driver. So it really helps me loosen up beforehand. And then I play better. And then if I were to go out and play golf 18 holes, I'm walking, I'm on my feet. And then afterwards I'll go pick a ball or go do something. I come home and I'll start to weed the garden. And now I'm exhausted. I take a shower and then I get on my Beamer and I just lay on it and it just takes all the lactic acid out. And we have a recovery program, a special button that we push, and it just makes you feel like a new person. It really does. So when people go to the gym, my trainer keeps saying, "Oh, I don't want to make you too sore tomorrow." I go, "I have this magic device at home. You won't make me sore because I just come home and put it on it and it takes all the lactic acid out. And I can't even tell I exercise the next day. I mean, I'm not sore at all." So that's why athletes love it, because the recovery is so fast and they can continuously keep training and not feeling sore and feeling worse.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. And another thing I love is just, your testimony is very similar to mine, where it's like I'm older now. I'm 46 years old personally, and I actually feel better and have less pain than I did when I was 26 before I learned all of these, holistic health and wellness tips and tricks. And so it's never too late. You said you started at a later age, and I've improved. I feel better than I did when I was 26. I'm 46. So it's never too late to change. And Bemer also comes with a great like trial period, right?
We have a 30-day money back satisfaction guarantee for a 10% return fee. And so typically everybody will feel a difference within a couple days or a couple weeks, 2 weeks or so. They'll feel a little something change. They won't be able to maybe tell what's changed, but yeah, I have a little extra step in my step, or a little, getting a little better sleep. Or they'll say, I'm waking up a lot of times in the night going to the bathroom. Well, that's a good thing because it's getting the blood and the waste coming out of your body. So it is working. So
Absolutely. So if you could say like who is it ideal for, and who would you say there's anyone that maybe it wouldn't be ideal for? Because in my mind, I feel like everyone really could use this to improve their health and wellness. And it doesn't even matter if you have like some kind of issue or problem, because athletes use it just to improve their performance, right?
Mm-hmm. So basically, it's good for the whole family. So we have the two Be Bed and Be Body mats. They can both be on the bed, or put one on the bed for the spouses, and then the other one can be in the family room for all the kids to use. And yeah, everybody can use it. So you're paying for the package, and the whole family can use it. It's not like you're spending a lot of money for one person, and then they have to buy something, and they have to buy something, and you're not paying a monthly fee constantly for everything. I mean, this is going to last you 10 years, 15 years. It's very, very well made, being German made with Swiss craftsmanship.
How long
So
have you had yours?
I've had mine 6 years. I've been with it 6 years.
Okay, yeah,
So the only people that cannot use it is the contraindications is if you have a pacemaker, defibrillator, spinal stimulator, something electronic put in your body that can't be taken out, can't be turned off, or a deep vein thrombosis. And that's because the FDA cleared us as a class 2 cleared medical device in a muscle stimulator category. And so, you don't want to be banging on something as a muscle stimulator, even though it really isn't that, because when you lay on it, you don't feel anything. There's no heavily stimulation and vibrating. It's nothing like that. It really works from the inside out. It's a cellular level. And that's what's crazy, because I've been on it for 6 years and I hardly ever feel it. You feel a little tiny twinge of a tingle or a little tiny little internal throb, but we don't feel our hair grow every day, right? And yet
yeah,
we know it
right.
grows. So it is working even though you don't feel it.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah, but most people do feel the effects at some point.
You feel the effects. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
don't feel it while you're on it.
right,
So,
right.
but the horses do. So that's why I
Yeah,
say
why do you
the
think
horses.
why do you think the horses feel it?
Well, they're more sensitive. They can feel a fly land on their tail. I mean, they're just very sensitive. They're fight or flight animals. They're always ready to run in a heartbeat. So they're always on guard. And
Mhm.
so when you put the Bemer on the horses and they just totally relax, the owners are like, wow, I've never seen my horse relax so much like that. Because they're made to be tight and ready to go, ready to run. And so being more relaxed, they just perform so much better, and they become healthier too.
Mhm. That's awesome. Well, this is really neat. Thank you so much, Jeannette, for your time and for your testimony
Absolutely.
example. And if anyone is interested in the Beamer technology and improving your health in just 8 minutes a day, twice a day, please visit my webpage. It's at arukah.com/Bemer, Bemer. And we have a little information there. And there's also my scheduler link, and you can schedule a consultation with Jeannette and I. We can do a three-way call and see if Bemer will help you.
Yeah, glad to talk with anybody, because everybody has questions, and it's just wonderful to know that there's hope out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Love your testimony. So can you just close us off with a final thought?
Yeah, I would just say it's never too late to take care of your health, and it's totally up to you, because nobody's going to come running towards you to help you. You're responsible for your own health. And we have people we go to, and physicians and all that. That's great. They can help, but you got to take responsibility for your own life and your own health, and do your own research and do what's best for your body. And know that the holistic way really is sort of the best way to go.
Awesome. Perfectly stated. Thank you, Jeannette.